warned you, Marassi. Why'd you let him go out alone?
He is king, Bwana.
He's an old man who has no business hunting lion. Come on, let's get him to a doctor.
No. We'll take him home, Bwana.
Yeah. I suppose I shall be seeing you later. My name is Jim Barneson. I'm a district officer. My district covers 5,000 square miles. Bush, jungle, mountain, swamp. A corner of Africa. The territory of the Mara people. They ruled here once, warriors and hunters. I know them well. They're simple, they're proud, they're unpredictable. The superstition runs strong here, and old traditions die hard. Witchcraft, black magic, fanaticism. These are the powers I have to reckon with. I keep the law here. The district officer is policeman, judge, and father rolled into one. He keeps the law where once there was no law. Only savagery, darkness, and yes, the bush. The bush has always been here. The fierce, the fantastic, the cunning. They have their code, too. Survival. Speed against strength. Guile against speed. I never get tired of watching it. For in the bush, no day is like another day. After a while, you begin to see the pattern, the purpose behind it all. How nature is balanced, sustained. Take the rhino. He's savage and powerful. Almost indestructible. Yet he's practically blind. The giraffe, mute and defenseless, has a periscope view of his enemies, and he can outrun nearly all of them. The elephant is slow and cumbersome, deadly as a time bomb. Yes, that's a big part of Africa, the everyday background of my job. Today was the 24th of April, a date I'm not likely to forget. Suleiman was dying, and some fool journalist was coming up to see me. I didn't know who he was or what he was after. I only knew I didn't want him around at a time like this. Jumbo, Joseph.
Yeah, Bwana.
I see the correspondence arrived. What have you done with him?
Bab, Bwana.
Oh. Oh, what's so funny about that?
Yeah.
Crispin, I'm afraid I won't have time.
Oh, come on in. The water's fine.
Well, I'll be...
Don't tell me. They said for you to expect a correspondent, but you didn't expect a woman, right?
I certainly did not.
Sorry. You see, I write for women, but I have to deal with men. And sometimes it pays to pretend I'm Mr. Crispin.
Oh, well, as man to man, I'd say that your present appearance is a bit out of character.
If you turned your back for a minute, maybe I could resume my disguise.
Gladly.
You are Jim Barneson, the district officer, aren't you?
That's right. Now, would you mind telling me why you're here?
I'm doing a story on the problems you've been having in this district.
This is Mara country, Miss Crispin. There's no problem here.
Oh? And what's that? Time for tea?
Oh, it's nothing, really.
Bwana. Scarlet.
Yes, I know. Get ready for safari. I need 2 scouts. You and Faraji come with me.
Yeah, Bwana.
There certainly seems to be much ado about nothing.
Well, it's just an accident. It's hardly the sort of news you're looking for.
Why not let me be the judge of that?
If I explain, will you be a good girl and go back where you came from?
There's no story in it, yes.
All right. Those drums come from the Mara village. This morning, old Suleiman, the Mara king, was mauled by a lion. been head of the tribe for the past 40 years, so it's a big occasion. There's a dance, a special dance, to illustrate the feats of his youth, his great deeds in hunting and war. The Maras are an ancient tribe, and they're proud of their traditions. Suleiman was a fine man. I've known him all my life, him and his son and the rest of his people. See, I was brought up in this territory. Today, there'll be warriors coming in from miles around. They've heard the drums, they know what's happening. They've come to say goodbye to Suleiman. I kept talking to the girl, but all the time I was thinking about something else. What all this really meant. What the outcome of Suleiman's death might be. Suleiman would be lying in his hut, a witch doctor praying beside him. Marasi, his son, would be praying too. He would be praying for his father and for himself. Suleiman was dead. Marasi wasn't chief yet. He still had to be initiated. He still had to prove himself. He had to perform the ritual of the Scarlet Spear. And that could only mean one thing: bloodshed.
Quite frankly, Jim, I've been expecting this thing for some little time now. I suggest you use your own imagination and your own initiative. Over.
All right, Commissioner. I'll pick up Marasi's trail. Shouldn't be difficult. I have a pretty good idea where he's heading and what he plans to do.
The Scarlet Spear has been a Mara tradition for years.
Oh, I'll have to try and talk him out of that. Marasi's a reasonable sort. After all, we've been on good terms for many years.
You've got to regard Marasi as a potential murderer. You must act accordingly. Is that quite clear?
Very well, sir. I'll do my best. VQ4 NZK off and clear of VQ4 GDF.
Good luck, old man.
Thanks. What exactly are you up to?
Just loading a few things. They won't take up much room.
Come with me. Now look, I'm sorry, but I won't have a woman on this safari.
And I have my own car, you know.
Granted, when you run out of petrol, you have quite a walk back to Nairobi.
Oh, I don't think you'd let me walk.
You're quite right. I won't let you go at all.
But I have a permit from your superior.
And I have your word. At least I thought I had.
That I'd leave quietly if you explained.
Which I did.
But you've left out so much. That's what intrigues me. You haven't explained this safari, of where you're heading, or why you're going to track Marasi.
I see no reason why I should. Get inside and keep out of this. You're bluffing, Warner. Now take your warriors and go back to your village. Look, I've always been fair with your people. I was Suleiman's friend, and I'm your father's friend. That's why I'm going to follow him.
That's right. I'm going too. You don't think Mr. Barneson would take a woman along if he intended making any trouble, do you? Shall we get started?
Jamazeni. Washa wanapita.
Looks like you've got a passenger, whether you like it or not. We better get started before Mwana changes his mind.
The girl was going to be a liability, but I couldn't help that now. I had to catch up with Morassi, make him see reason. He tried to throw me off the trail. He'd pull every trick he knew. But I had a few tricks myself. Things I'd learned from Morassi when we were kids together. The drums were following him. I was following the drums. He was determined to prove himself to his people. That I couldn't stop. But there was one part of the ritual he must not perform. There was one thing he must not do.
If you go this way, I'll circle around. We'll try and box him in.
Better slide over just in case. Joseph? Good. Now, where's Morassi?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, let's try down by the river. All right, Joseph, bring the rifle.
Allah, umechukua wapi?
Aren't you going to shoot it?
You'd only find another one. The natives believe it gives a man supernatural powers to kill a snake bigger than himself.
Do you think he can?
Your guess is as good as mine.
And that's a sample of what Morassi has to do?
Yeah, that's a sample. Yes, that was a sample. He'd conquered evil. Now he must show his bravery, his cunning, and his kindness. Kindness towards some creature, preferably a young animal, injured or caught in a snare. The ritual left nothing out. It was real live drama. And every act had to be played. Morassi must demonstrate all the virtues of kingship. Until last of all would come the thing I dreaded most.
Rhino. We've got to get in between them.
What are you doing?
Trying to draw a charge.
Can we get away?
We stand a better chance than Morassi.
Here he comes.
Right.
Well, we did Morassi a favor. Now perhaps he'll listen to reason.
Thank you, my friend Vanna.
Oh, that's all right. Now, Morassi, I want to talk to you about the Scarlet Spear.
Scarlet Spear is a secret Mara tradition, Vanna.
It's no secret from me. It means that you have to kill a rival chief and stain your spear with his blood.
Go home, Vanna.
Not till this is settled. Morassi, if you want to fight animals to prove your bravery to your tribe, well, that's your business. But I won't let you commit murder.
If I don't, my people will not accept me as a king. It's my duty, Vanna.
And it's my duty to uphold the law. Morassi, you're no savage. You know as well as I do the law is best for everyone. And it must be obeyed. Now, think it over. I wonder. I'm afraid Morassi may be too much like his father. He could reason with Suleiman about anything with the Scarlet Spear.
Listen.
That's bush telegraph. The natives' way of telling each other about Morassi's fight with the python.
I haven't seen any natives here.
I have seen you. It was getting late. We were in open country. Time to make camp. I wasn't going to let Morassi out of my sight. When we moved on next day, we'd be after him.
What do you call this circle of thorn bush?
Burma. It's a must out here unless you want to end up as a midnight snack for some lion.
No, thanks. Where do I sleep?
Well, choose your spot and I'll have the boys put up a tent for you.
Will this really protect us?
From everything except rhino, insects, and snakes.
Oh? And which category do you fall into?
Look, I'm busy. Where do you want to be?
Over there,
All right.
with my own private circle of thorn bush. Then I won't worry about sleepwalkers.
Personally, I'm a very sound sleeper. It'll need an extra loud shout from you to wake me. You might remember that. No wonder the Africans believe in evil spirits. No wonder they're superstitious. For the African night is an awesome thing, ferocious and uncompromising. In the green, deep-shadowed jungle, every creature is awake, tense and alert. The voices you hear are the voices of terror, sudden death. This is the dark side of Africa. Perhaps the real Africa. Cruel and fear-ridden. Sinister. Good morning. Sleep well?
Yes. Fine.
Buona.
All right, let's get started. Hurry up.
Well, I'm ready. Raji.
Now, Yusuf, we won't press him too closely, so keep your eye open in case he tries to get away.
Dear Buona.
Why not drive right beside him?
He'd just sit down and do nothing. We'll be here forever. Come on, let's go. Oh, no, you sit tight. This is buffalo country.
Aren't they just big cows?
A lot of dead hunters don't think so. Call him himself.
I'll tell you what. Drive around this patch of bush and look for me on the other side. Come down here.
No use hiding from me. The drums will tell me where you are.
Rossi, don't you realize what's at stake? We have peace now. It's taken years to achieve it. If you kill a man, his tribe will avenge him. Others will take sides and it'll spread, like fire when the jungle is dry. Soon we shall have war again.
Mara never beaten in war.
Maybe not, but many of your people will die. Many mothers, many warriors, many children. And all for a stupid superstition. I warn you, Marathi. Don't let me catch you with human blood on that spear.
Be careful, the blood is not yours.
It's a very dangerous situation, Jim. If Marassi should kill another African chief, then we shall have a tribal war for certain. Even if we put him in jail, someone else would take his place, and we'd have to go through this all over again.
Please come and eat. Your supper's getting cold.
Coming, dear. Sorry, Jim, I'll have to sign off now. The wife just called me in for supper. Well, so long for now. Talk to you later. Thanks for the contact. This is VQ4, GDF, signing off and clear of VQ4 ZK.
Roger. Off and clear. His wife's calling him to supper.
So's yours.
Supper, partner.
Very funny. Hand me my boots, will you?
You can consider this a peace offering.
Okay. Thanks.
Go.
Get me the gin, will you? It's in the back with the other bottles. Thanks. Terrible waste of good liquor. Thanks.
How's the foot this morning?
Oh, hello. It's all right, I think. My head hurts worse. I think I've got a hangover.
Would you like a little of the hair of the scorpion that bit you?
Thank you, now.
Yes, he's off again. All right, boys, get in the car.
Excuse me.
Would you like me to drive?
Yeah, would you? Fine.
right, better let me take it.
Here we go. Watch out for Thorn.
Buffalo. We'd better chase him out of here.
Jim,
Hmm?
what is a district officer's chief worry when he's out in the jungle?
Well, apart from animals, I should say women correspondents.
So you do think about women occasionally.
On this safari, I have had some thoughts about you.
I'm afraid I couldn't print those.
Oh, it's not so bad as all that. You're all right, Chris.
Coming from you, that's quite a compliment, Jim.
It was meant to be. Chris, don't move. Whatever you do, stay perfectly still.
What was it?
A red cobra.
VQ4 GDF, VQ4 GDF, VQ4 George Dog Fox. This is VQ4 NZK standing by for your call. What say there, Commissioner?
No luck?
Nothing. No trace of Marassi, no drums, no word from the Commissioner.
Is it working?
The rig? Don't be silly, Chris.
Is it working?
The trouble started with a lion, man-eater, they said, and a strange African, both prowling around a village somewhere in this area.
Yeah.
But the villagers drove them back into the jungle. I pity that African, poor devil.
Yes, I know. I heard the bush telegraph. The drums have been going all night. Couldn't get much sleep, you know what.
This is VQ4 NZK on official business near Kakindu. I've been listening in, and those drums are important, but I'm too far away to hear them. Can you please give me their true bearing from each of your positions? Over.
This is VQ4 Able. My shack is in Gori. From this point, the drums bear approximately 270 true.
This is VQ4 VL in Akumo.
I hear those drums about 025.
025. Got it. Thanks, fellas. Sorry can't stop to chat. VQ4 NZK off and clear.
Do you really think they were talking about Marassi?
Who else? And that's where we'll pick up his trail.
Jambo, bwana.
Is this one of your warriors?
Hapana, bwana.
And who is it? The stranger that was prowling around in your village?
Ndio, bwana.
Did your men kill him?
Hapana, Simba, bwana.
Well, that's the end of the trail.
Aren't you going to make sure it's Marassi?
A man-eater got him. There wouldn't be enough left to identify. Hey, wait a minute. Did you strip the body? Let me see his belongings. Santa. These aren't Marassi's. Poison. He must have been a Shenzi.
Shenzi?
Yeah, they're the only tribe that would stoop that low. Well, that's one killer less. Now we've only got two to worry about. Marassi and the man-eater. Kwaheri.
Kwaheri, bwana. Kama ngoja mimi nakwenda tafuta Simba. Mchunga hiyo.
The Amdola headed into the bush. We had to make a wide detour, and we lost him. I knew he was going after the lion, for these were his tribal hunting grounds. Should Marassi intrude and try and prove his bravery here, there was bound to be a fight. Just what Marassi was looking for. An opportunity to blood his spirit.
manake nataka nani?
Huyo.
Mimi nataka tupigane.
Aya, nasema nini?
Razi killed the man-eater.
By himself?
Yeah, for a native, there's no greater honor. He's been challenged to a death fight. Look.
Bushfire.
Stampede, come on.
think it was all right to leave Marassi alone?
Hmm? Oh, yes, boys look after him. Anyway, this is a good time for him to think things out. I got a feeling he's finally going to see reason.
I hope so.
So do I. When Marassi breaks the Scarlet spear across his knee, he'll be breaking the tradition forever.
It'll mean a lot to you, won't it, Jim? Besides, it'll make a better ending for my story. Oh, isn't this beautiful?
Yes. In Africa, there's something for everyone.
You really love it, don't you?
I'm not the only one. You know, Chris, there's a saying that he who drinks the water of the Nile may one day return to drink again. Of course, if he doesn't boil it first, he may never leave.
I'm not so keen on leaving myself.
For me, there's only one thing lacking. Someone to share it with. Someone who understands. Will live here as my wife. How about it, Chris?
Jim. I was hoping you'd ask me first.
What's your work?
There's enough here to last me a lifetime.
Going on. Across the mountain to the moon into the next district. Huh. He thinks he's doing me a favor. He doesn't see that if he kills a man there, it'll still be my responsibility.
And then we'll just have to keep going.
Oh, no, we can't take the car across mountains. Besides, that's reptile country, and I'm sure you've had enough of snakes.
But you can't go alone.
I must. It's my job. And be a good girl, Chris. Someone who understands, remember? The boys will take you back to camp.
Jim.
Don't worry. I'll bring back the ending to your story. I'll do my best to make it a happy one. coming in fine. Go ahead.
Thanks for coming back to my call. I've an urgent message for Tony Graham. According to the latest information, Jim Barnison is tracking Marassi over the mountains and into his Shenzi territory. Tony is to proceed immediately and give Jim all the help he can. Chances are they will come down by the old Somali trail. Is that clear? Over.
The Somali Trail. The mountain pass into Tony Graham's territory. Uninhabited, treacherous. No natives ever used the trail. They said it was evil country. Marassi hoped I wouldn't follow him here. I knew what was in his mind. Up ahead of him were the Shenzi people, one of the worst tribes in Africa. Nomads, killers. Hated and feared by everybody. They could shoot a man with a poisoned arrow, rob him, vanish, all in a moment. Marassi meant to kill one of them. He was going to blood his spear on a Shenzi. Even killing a Shenzi was murder. And no one was going to commit murder if I could help it.
right, Jim?
I'm all right, yes.
Rossi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't get here sooner.
There must be something we can do.
I'm afraid not, Jim. Shenzi poison is slow but sure, even if we found a doctor.
If only we could get him home. He'd be king.
Not for long.
Sikieni watu yote. Sasa minaambia nyinyi. Hii kazi hii imekushafanya. Yote kushamaliza. Hapana iko kitu ingine nabakia. Na mimi hapa nataka nyinyi nafanya hii mara ingine. Na ingine kitu moja. Na hii kitu naona hii iko hapa. Halafu mwisho yake na kwa nini? Baba yangu nakufa, mimi nakufa. Sasa mimi napigwa na mshari. Na hii kitu nao sasa mimi niko naye, hii ndio kitu nafanya kila kitu hapa. Hii hapa na mtu nataka mwisho yake hii ndio hii.
Neni ndeta neiro na yungarie ninge mbere agatundu ngarie muchongo uyu ni uria witu ngarie aria muthenya na ngai utwereithwe iria riu nenda gwituika gwa maria ninge mainithia tuhe ngarie
Iguai, marasi ni akua.
Umaya, moika beku. Daru wake kuza watu apoi monene mwana nganga. Kengesheli ngoinuka umaya.
King is dead. Long live the king.
But he's only a boy.
With luck, he'll soon be a man. And things would go on much as they always had. All the traditional feats of Mara kingship would still be performed, except one, the Scarlet Spear.